Hi, welcome to Practical Programming. Our today's question would be related to maze direction. Let's have a look at the details of the problem, which says we would be given a string with following letters L, R, U, D. Every letter denotes a particular movement or an action. L means to move left, R means to move right, U means to move up, D means to move down on a graph by 1 unit. That 1 unit could be anything, a centimeter, a meter, or a kilometer. So let's have a look at our input and output to our program. So if we are given with this string LLRTTR, our output should be like that. X-axis says 0, y-axis says -2. So let's try to understand our problem. How do we reach that? So if that's our input, and imagine this is our graph, x-axis and y-axis. So our first letter says L, so let's move left, L again, move left, then we have right. So we move right, and then we have D for down, so we move down, and another D, so we move down again, and that's the right, so we move right. So depending on what our x-axis and y-axis says, our result is going to be like this: x is 0 and y is at -2. So that's how we're going to do that. So let's go to our code and try to solve this problem, and don't forget to subscribe and like this channel. Now that we're here, let's solve the problem. First I need to create a class name, which is going to be weird one, test 108 maze, not max, maze direction. I guess I spelled that right. Okay, now I have that, public static void main, and that will allow me to create this. And let's run this, hoping the project is still running. Okay, now there we go. Now that we have this, we need to take some input from the user. So private static final scanner, which allows us to take input from the user. And let's initialize that by doing scanner. It's gonna need system.in, helps us take input from the console. Great, now that we have this, let's say scanner next, it's going to be next string, right? So let's do just next and colon. I'm going to do alt enter. It's going to allow me to make a local variable. I'm going to say this is going to be given direction, because the input is actually direction towards our destination. Okay, let's, now that we have that, let's print that. Let's say direction. Let's print that if we can take the input from the user. Let's just run that. Not sure why do I do that, but so it is LL, what was it again, RDDR. So we can take that. Okay, cool. Now stop that. And how do we do this? So let's just say, you know what, let me just write something simple over here. I'm gonna make this into, oh hang on, let's do this. Given direction to char. So what it will do is it will give me every single character inside that string, and I'm gonna do for each loop, and I'm gonna say character for that. So what it's doing is gonna loop through every single character inside that string. So let me just show that what I mean. And this is gonna be character. Let me just write this. Character is, all right, I'm gonna say LLRDDR. So there we go, it's looping through every individual character. Now we have done that, we need to code something over. Okay, so we know we're gonna use switch statement today. So it works like this: switch, and it's gonna take character, and it takes different other branches. What you can define what should happen if an individual character matches to a particular letter. We know we only gonna get 4 types of letter. L, R, and du. So let's do L first. Case, because it's character, so I'm gonna put only single quotes, and let's say break. Let me copy paste. I'm really good at this, and I'm missing Mac because I don't know how to use Windows anymore. Let's do that. Don't worry about the errors, we can work on it. So L, then R, shift to U, shift D. Alright, now that I have this, so I need coordinates, one on the x-axis and another is on y-axis. So I'll say int x. So assume, let's say we always start at 0, which we do, and another one is we start at y. So this is position at x, that's not x axis. All right, let me copy that, paste it. What a joke. Now that we have done that, all right, so let's run something here. So if we have L, we move towards left, so x should be reduced. Okay, so whatever x should have, x minus 1. So you can do this, or you could just say x minus minus, so it will reduce whatever the value of x by 1. And if we have R, it means we on the x-axis we move towards right. So let's add something to the x coordinate. And if we have U, so U means to go up, so y-axis needs to be added something, and if we go down, y-axis needs to be reduced by something. So by doing these assumptions, let's just check if our output is right. S out, and we're gonna say x axis, all right, plus x, and I'm gonna say plus one more time. I am missing Kotlin so much right now. And now y axis, oops, can't write anymore. Y, there we go. Let's just run this. Come here, let's do run, and I'm gonna say LL, then we're gonna go to right, down, and we're gonna right again. So if you look at this, our x-axis is coordinate 0 and y-axis is as minus 2. So like this, well, let's run this thing again by clicking over here, and if I just say U by going up, so I'm going up on y-axis once and x-axis is at 0, because I did not provide anything towards x-axis, which is left or right. So that's how we have written our program. But imagine writing a code like this, not going to help you, as I like to believe, try to put as much code possible into small functions and delegate them some amount of work and as small as possible. While doing that, I realized I would have to return two numbers, okay, x and y, so I can handle it by something called pair. So let's put this entire thing in method. Okay, let's call it get destination location. Okay, and I'm gonna give this given string, and what it needs to return I'm gonna do, and first alt enter. Let's create that method. It says it's returning void, it means nothing, but I want a pair. Okay, I'm gonna say pair. So I do have key and value. I'm glad it's available in Java. Usually I do that in Kotlin, so I was afraid it might not be there. What am I thinking? Should be there. Integer. So integer is a type, okay, which could be boxed and unboxed on the integer. So the whatever I say, these int x and y, okay, in class form you can represent them by integer. And let's just do this. I have to just copy the entire thing here. Okay, not to mention I'm good at copying. Control X, cut everything and paste it over here, and I'm gonna say I am return new pair, and and it's going to be x and y inside it. So because I'm giving this value integer and integer, so I'm returning a pair over here, x of x coordinate and y coordinate. Now that I have this, I can make a local variable of this method, because that's what it returns, a pair. So I can say alt enter. It's going to allow me to make a variable. Let's do this, and we have destination location. Let's use that and let's put it over here. Location is get key first and destination location, and we're gonna do get value first and last. Okay, so that pair is meant to use in a certain manner, but I'm using it for something else. Never mind, let's just run this. And now if you pay attention over here, my given directions are given to a method, and this method will do its calculation and gonna return me a pair, and that pair I'm using to print the output. Okay, so I'm gonna say ll r dd, it's going down again twice. Okay, r again, so I get that. So putting everything in method does work. So now that we have solved the problem, there's something we can take away. There are many ways to solve this problem, but something we should keep in mind is always try to solve a problem which is easy to read and others can understand, and try to visualize the problem as much as possible. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna need this. Oh, I need this line. Alright, let me just duplicate that. Control D all the way, and here I need this axis, right? I got that. So I have x-axis and y-axis. This is gonna be my x-axis, and this is gonna be my y-axis. Cool. So now that we have that, it would help us visualize the problem, and you can create class as well and return that particular class if you would like. So happy coding, and thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That would help me make more videos, and have a very good day.